All right, happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. Today's puzzle is for Wednesday, June 18th, 2025, and it's by Eli Cotham, a name I do recognize. And it being Wednesday Crossword, we're expecting some trickery, sort of mid-level difficulty with possibly some tricky clues, and I think a theme. Wednesday puzzles tend to be themed. So we'll see how we get along. And this is my third puzzle in a row that I'm going to be posting, which is great. Try and get a bit of a stack of them going and uploaded before the end of the month. I don't imagine I'll be occupied with other things probably once July hits. So anyway, here we go. Our Wednesday, June 18th puzzle. Near. Could be a number of things. Don't know. Fashions Jimmy, whose surname aptly rhymes with shoe. Jimmy Choo, a shoe designer. Squeak remover. Squeak remover. I mean, I would have thought oil or grease or we'll see. Look bad question mark. Look bad. I don't know what they're after. Not his, probably hers. By Jove. What would you say instead of by Jove? Egad? Maybe it's egad. We'll try it anyway. We'll see what happens. Offset as something on a scale. Offset. Something on a scale. Need some crosses. Let's look at the downs. Impossible. Couldn't be. That's too long. Can't be. That's too short. Ha 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 on April Fool's Day. Gotcha? Got. Ha 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 on April Fool's Day. Not so happy. Having trouble with this corner. Therefore, and so, probably, in 5 letters. It looks like the closest thing here. Acting Oscar winner inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm guessing this is going to be Cher, 4 letters starting with CH. What's rounded up in a roundup? A herd? I mean, a roundup, you're looking at probably cattle, maybe sheep. So I'm guessing this is what they're going for. Earth or sun, for example, they're both orbs. In the sense of being spheres. Probably not the first word I would use to describe the Earth or the Sun, but again, it looks like that's what they're after. Home to the oldest Buddhist temple in Japan, built in AD 593. Surprised that they're using AD here. Historical style now prefers CE for the Common Era, but anyway, this is going to be Osaka. Likely to, could be a number of things here. Don't want to make a guess. SEALs organization, a Navy SEAL, Coast Guard or something. Don't see it right away. Wine god of myth, Dionysus in Greek, but given the number of letters here in the A there, I think we're looking for Bacchus, which is the Roman equivalent. House with a long, unmowed lawn, for example. What? Oh. I didn't even see the hyphen there. House with a long, unmowed lawn. Okay, so a lawn that has not been mowed in a long time. I still don't know, but at least that gives me a better idea of what they're looking for. What was this? Squeak remover. Okay. Does this help at all? Offset as something on a scale. Not immediately. It might be swiped for cash. This almost looks like it's going to be card, such that therefore could be hence, actually. It could be like an ATM card, which I mean, here I would call a debit card, but I think maybe this is right. Okay. Organization that was a frequent James Bond foe. I'm guessing KGB. I know the Russians sort of frequently feature as the enemy in James Bond stories, but I'm not that familiar with them. A month setting. I guess you could say that a month, in terms of like where you might see a month, right? That's what a setting is. Could be a calendar, as opposed to a setting like on a clock or something like that. Like in terms of an option or a toggle, not that kind of setting, but a setting is in a setting of like a landscape or the context for where you might find a thing. I think that's what we're looking for. ML Beer in a blue and orange uniform. Now I gotta go through and think about blue and orange. I mean, the Astros, one of their secondary jerseys is like that. This 5 letters. It's not an angel. They don't wear blue and orange. Theirs is like red and white. What else could this be in 5 letters? It's not coming to me right away. I'm going to come back to it. Does this help with any of these? Ha 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 on April Fool's Day. What about this? Near. Nigh. Okay, the end is near, the end is nigh. That works. Look bad, still don't know. I wonder if this is going to be like ogle in the sense of like you're looking at someone with bad intentions. Does that work with any of these? Not so happy could be glummer. Not that I've ever heard that word used per se. Oh, it could be I gotcha. All right, fine. John or Jane of no, it's gonna be I got you. It gets dumber and dumber. Nobody says I got you. I guess people do, maybe. I would think gotcha. Anyway, Jane or John or Jane of anonymity, John Doe or Jane Doe, for a sort of an anonymous person or a random person. Not just my would be our. Impossible, no can do. Okay. Oh, this is dumb. Very frustrating, actually. MLB in a blue and orange uniform is going to be a New York Met, which... okay, I'll call it tricky. Offset as something on a scale, if you're talking about not a digital scale, but actually one of those scales where you have to put the item on one side and physical weights on the other side, you would say that that would be a counterbalance, that something is counterbalanced. Okay, let's keep going. Anchor or heart, maybe those are common shapes for a tattoo. A bite at a bar. This is gonna be punny, I think, but I don't know how. Letters before Q, sometimes LGBT in the acronym for pride, or I'm not sure, the LGBTQ acronym anyway, part of a larger set of identities. Seals org, I still don't know what this is. Likely to, see, I would have thought liable to. Maybe this isn't EGAD. Liable to, does that work better with these? A squeak remover lube could be something you might put on a squeak to help it smooth out. By Jove could be I say. Okay, so this could be the U.S. Navy, the USN. I, again, not familiar with that particular acronym, but fine. And then maybe this is not calendar either, because house with a long unmowed lawn is an example of an eyesore. So what is this? Ah, tricky. Not mow for month, but mow for Missouri, and setting is the time setting for the winter months. Central Standard Time, I believe, is what they're looking for here. Very tricky. Okay. Decorated as a house for Halloween. Why is decorated in quotes? Okay. Gad about at a banquet. Table hop. I was doing that the other night. Sort of. With limited success. And I wasn't at a banquet. Like hand-me-downs, used. Hand-me-downs are by definition used by the person who's handing them down to you. Broadway's for colored girls who have considered suicide when the rainbow is... I don't know this. I don't know this at all. I assume this is a song title from a musical. I can't even think of what this word would be. Job security for some. Tenure. Oh, decorated as a house for Halloween. That's why it's in quotes. Not intentional by the person whose house it is, but if mischievous persons from around the neighborhood want to decorate a house for Halloween, they might toilet paper it, or in which case it would be TP'd. When the rainbow is enough? I don't really know. I'll have to wait for the cross, I guess. Mind-boggling designs. Mind-boggling designs. Okay, what are these downs? The Simpsons shopkeeper, Ned Flanders, runs the Leftorium Emporium. Is that what they're looking for, though? Are there other shopkeepers that they have that are more... Oh, maybe it's Apu, actually, the grocery store, the convenience store. Bite at a bar. Is this going to be tapa? No. Would a handshake may lead to a deal? Like a business deal? Still don't know what this would be. Rely on the hospitality of friends for lodging. This should be couch surf. Though, more often than not, I would think it's not friends that you're couch surfing, but these days anyway, or since the early part of the millennium, century, strangers that you've met online or through various couch surfing networks. But I think that's what it is, and I think this is enough in this kind of altered spelling, when the rainbow is enough. Okay, then this isn't deal. What a handshake may lead to a pact could be, and then this does look like it's going to be tapa. I thought that tapas was not plural. I thought that tapas was a style of serving food. I might look that up once I'm done the puzzle and get back to you. Mind-boggling designs. Still don't know what this is. North Carolina athlete is, I think, a Tar Heel. Is the sort of the mascot or the team name of the North Carolina, I don't know, State University or something. Anyway, this looks right here. But this doesn't. Mind-boggling designs. Really don't know. Ruling title that dates back to the Byzantine Empire. Maybe this is Tsar? Could be also Tsar like that. OP art? Op art? Mind-boggling designs. Maybe something here is wrong, though I don't think so. I just don't understand that answer. Verbal hesitations can be ums or maybe ahs, but this looks like... Oh, sentiment on el dia de San Valentin, St. Valentine's Day. The sentiment would probably be I love you, te amo in Spanish. Once, erst. is an old way of saying once. A more fully might be erstwhile, but you can also say erst as an adjective, adverb. I'm not totally sure actually how you would use erst on its own, but anyway, that basically means that, and that was a way that you could once say once. Chopper parts. Chopper, maybe a helicopter. So maybe we're looking for the rotors, the kind of wings of the helicopter, the rotating items, rotating parts, I should say. Had, owned, probably. If you had something, you owned it. And what about this? Hit the pubs. Hit the pubs. What's this? Course that may follow trig. Calc, maybe? Calculus might follow trigonometry. Is it correct that you need trigonometry in order to do calculus? I think that is correct. But it's been so many years. Star Wars species on Tatooine. Jawa is a creature that lives on Tatooine and elsewhere, apparently, according to the Mandalorian series. Or was that Tatooine? No, I don't think it was. No, it was not. Definitely was not. Pokes in the ring. Pokes in the ring. So looking for like a boxing ring or other kind of a fight that happens in a ring. And I think we're looking for jabs here, which is a type of punch that you could use. Brewer Coors. They're looking for like the first name of the guy after whom the Coors company is named. Could be looking for that, in which case I have no idea. What is this? 2019 Brad Pitt sci-fi thriller. 2019 sci-fi Brad Pitt. Not immediately coming to me. I don't care what that cost. Don't care what that cost. Don't know yet. Hit the pubs. Oh, right. Bar crawl. That's weird. I mean, I think that's what it is. And I'm already starting to see the theme take shape, but I don't like it. Usually you'd say pub crawl, not bar crawl. But okay, whatever. Bygone initials at JFK. Airport? I don't know what bygone initials would be there, though. All right. Mr. Blue Sky Band in brief. This one I should know and absolutely do not. Like a house built in a day, say. Prefab? It would fit. Is this the Electric Light Orchestra? That does come up in the grid quite frequently. Let's see. A short first step. Capital on the Baltic Sea. Baltic Sea. A long way to go. Sound of a point sailing over someone's head. Whoosh. I would usually spell whoosh with an H here between the W and the first O. But probably this is what it's wanting here. Went through channels. Swam. You can swim like the English Channel, although I think that's quite a difficult feat. Let's see. You owe me, you could say to someone who owes you. Take up as some new pants. Takes up, not in the sense of takes on, but to literally take physically up. Could be hems. If you take up some new pants, you hem them to fit you, to fit your length. A small, or height actually. A small amount of whiskey is a dram. I forget exactly how much a dram is, but I think it's less than a shot. There's also a finger, and I don't remember if that's the same as a dram. Anyway. Goals. Aims are another way of saying goals. Be afraid. Be afraid to. Dare not. Is the same thing as if you're afraid to do something, you dare not do it. Eudora Blank, Pulitzer winner for the Optimist's Daughter. I don't know that. You in? Don't know. Freeze up. Nope. The first one was delivered in 1984. Delivered. A perfect serve. An ace, like in tennis? Could be. Card. Could mean a number of things. Could be the noun or the verb. And the noun has a number of different definitions. Freeze up. Looks like it might be ice something. TED Talk? Really? 1984? Wow. I had no idea. Like, way pre-internet. I had no idea that the TED conference... I mean, I'm assuming this is correct. I still don't know for sure, but... wow. Okay. Pennsylvania City or its county. Don't know that. Medicinal name in the shampoo aisle. I mean, here we have Head and Shoulders or something like that as far as like dandruff shampoos and that kind of thing. Okay, I'm really hoping I can get this long one in a minute. Is there anything else I could try and get before that? Long way to go. Okay, let's look at the revealer here. Rainy day game for children whose play is is punnily suggested by 16, 24, 35, and 50 across. So we came across this game in the June monthly bonus puzzle, which I've posted, and you can go and watch my solve of that. Really fun monthly bonus puzzle called Family Game Night. And then one of the clues for this is this game, which is the floor is lava. And that's really, really interesting. I mean, the whole point of this is that you are trying not to touch the floor. And so you're trying to sort of move from object to object in your house without touching the floor. And if you look at these four theme answers, you can see why that is. And I'll look at them more carefully in a moment once I've solved the rest of the puzzle, which I hope I can do without too much trouble. Although, I mean, let's see. 2019 Brad Pitt sci-fi thriller. This is still giving me some problems. I don't care what that cost. Gosh. It's not you, it's me. Ego? In which case, this could be this a Baltic capital. Could be Riga, the capital of Latvia. And a short first step. Short first step. Why am I not seeing this? Is there a pun here that I'm not seeing? First step. Short first step. Long way to go. Hall? Why would that be? Paul Wall? Long way to go. Call? What could this be? Brewer Coors. If this is indeed someone's name. Adolf Coors? Long way to go. Hall. Does that help us here? Is that... Oh, I don't care what that cost. Worth it. Worth it. Okay. Bygone initials at JFK. Still don't know what that is. Ad Astra? That was definitely a thing. Oh, SST. Supersonic Transport? It's a type of jet that I think is no longer in commission, so that sure could be. Short for step then is going to be ATOB? I don't know what that is. Maybe that's a technical term for when you have like stairs, but or like you know, outdoor like stairs up to like a walk up, but the first one is short. Unless it's like no, Ad Astra definitely is correct. So it's, everything else seems to fit. To freeze up is to ice over, as in a lake. Pennsylvania City or its county, York. You in? Wanna go? Card could be a wit. So a card can be a description of someone who is funny or witty. So if you're talking about a person as a wit, could be wit. And if this is York, then this could be some kind of gel, and I don't know what. Eudora. I mean, at this point, I think I'm going to just be trying letters until I get the right one. So I'm going to pause the video and just do that, get the right one, and then come back. Because I just don't know what either of these are. Okay, I'm back, and it appears that it is T-Gel and Eudora Welty, neither of which I'm terribly familiar with. T-Gel does sort of ring a vague bell now, but anyway, that I hope that everything else is correct. So I think that was the first time on this channel that I've had to go and sort of finish the puzzle, sort of using a little bit of I don't want to call it cheating, but often when I get to the end of a puzzle, I run out of knowledge and have no way of like run out of crosses and have no way of completing the puzzle without either just trying random letters or looking one of the answers up, and that's what I had to do today. But still managed to get through most of it, and yeah, pretty happy about getting as much as I did. The Floor is Lava is a fun theme for today's Wednesday puzzle, and as you see that we have some options for you if you're playing this game. Counterbalance, you could literally balance on a counter. You could hop onto a table hop. You could surf onto a couch or surf on a couch. Or you could crawl on a bar, I guess, though if you crawled to the bar, that would be, you would lose, presumably. And that, of course, presumes that you have a bar to crawl on or to, which it's not that common, I guess. But a fun set of theme clues anyway, and a good reference to a classic rainy day, sort of resource minimal kind of game that kids can play, where all you need is the furniture in your house and presumably a good insurance policy. Anyway, some other good clues in here. Some that gave me a little bit of trouble. New York Met, I'm still a little bit annoyed about that one. Mostly because you don't ever see NY Met written that way anywhere. You'd see NYM as the abbreviation on the scoreboard, or you would just see Mets. Or in this case, you're looking for a singular Met. But I guess, you're looking for this particular combination of letters as a constructor, and you're like, oh, I know what a New York Met is, and you just go ahead and clue it. But it's, anyway, a little bit annoying for me. This is also a little bit annoying. I got you. Is somewhat less intuitive for an April Fool's Day saying than gotcha. Yeah, this one should have been a little easier to see, eyesore, but I did get that eventually. This one too. Actually, I'm gonna pause this and just look this up for a second because I'm curious about it. Okay, well, it turns out I was wrong on this account. According to Wikipedia anyway, which you can see I just looked up there, tapas is plural, and it comes from the word tapar, which means to cover, and the word tapa literally is the cover or a lid for a cooking utensil, but now has come to mean this, a small plate of food, and tapa is the singular for tapas, the plural. So, okay, fine, I guess. Te Amo is fun. Jawa is always fun to see Star Wars related clues in the puzzle. Adolf Coors again does ring a vague bell now that I've got it, but wouldn't have been able to get that otherwise. And T-Gel, I don't know, man. Not a terribly familiar substance, medicine, shampoo to me, but there it is. Oh, I was going to look this up too. Okay, pausing again. While we're on the pause train, let me look up ATOB. Turns out I'm just a dum-dum, and it's actually A to B. A short first step. You're going from A to B. So that's what that is. And annoying, but not, that's just for me I'm annoyed at me for not getting that right away. Anyway, little bits of this one too, whoosh, without the first H. Anyway, little bits of annoyances here, but overall a good puzzle, and did enjoy the theme for sure. Anyway, so that's our Wednesday, June 18th puzzle, and I'll try and get maybe one more done this week, and yeah, sorry for all the pausing, but hope that gives you answer some questions that I had, even if you didn't have them. All right, have a good one. We'll see you next time.